right there, just west of Bowler.
Yeah, and Almond.
We are now on severe weather coverage. We have multiple tornado warnings, multiple severe thunderstorm warnings in our area.
Yeah.
Not only are the tornado warnings dangerous, but the severe thunderstorm warnings are exceptionally dangerous as well. Some of these severe thunderstorm warnings you need to take just as seriously as you would for a tornado warning, because these winds could be anywhere from 70 to 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It's going to be significant.
When winds get up to 70, 80 miles an hour, you're into EF0, EF1 territory.
And I mean, we have, look at, when you see the severe thunderstorm warnings that are checked, that means you're looking at 70 to 75 mile winds or greater. And we have a tornado near, possible tornado located near Wittenberg. That's just out in the last 2 minutes for a tornado warning for Shawano and portions of Menominee County. We also have the tornado warning until 6 o'clock that continues for eastern Waushara, and a very large severe thunderstorm warning that includes almost all of Winnebago and Outagamie and Wapaka and most of Shawano and most of Waushara County. Yes, Brian, you got something? Okay. And we have a couple of tornado warnings still, even though a few of them have just expired. Let's go ahead and take a look at Storm Tracker. An intense line of thunderstorms is moving in. It's the line, it looks like every other line that you see of line thunderstorms. It really doesn't look particularly dangerous. The problem is the winds in this storm. Winds are extraordinarily strong, especially with the tornado warned storm. You see the rotation there. That's the little donut that you see almost right on top of Anago right now with some extraordinarily fast winds. We also have the storm that's moving towards Oshkosh, Appleton, Neenah, Menasha, Kaukauna, Hortonville, and eventually up towards De Pere. But it should be in Appleton about 6:15. This storm is warned until, this was 6:30 on this storm. And anyway, but this is what we're seeing. And I'm going to grab the little icon here.
6:45.
And this one is, yeah, this warning is until 6:45. We're seeing the, well, there. The radar is picking up winds of 108 miles an hour, about 3,000 feet off the ground or so at that distance, the end of Lake Poygan. So you are probably going to see 80 to 90 mile an hour winds conservatively at the north side of Lake Poygan here coming through within the next 15 minutes. This storm is also moving towards the northeast extraordinarily rapidly. Matter of fact, it's heading almost straight towards, say, Greenville, North Appleton, and Grand Chute and Little Chute.
It's moving at 65 miles per hour. Yeah, it's highway speeds.
65. So if you think of it, how long does it take you to drive from Appleton out Highway 10 to, say, New London? That's about how fast it's going to take for that storm to get to at the Appleton area. Very dangerous situation. We are going to have widespread wind and tree damage and power line damage throughout Waushara, Wapaka, Outagamie, and Winnebago County as this moves through. To the north, this is one of the tornado warned storms that we have, and this thing looks more impressive every time we see it. Right about on top of Bowler and moving towards the east-northeast.
We've got some debris on the radar.
We have a debris. All right, let's see if we can put that on.
It's kind of fallen apart a little bit in the last couple scans.
Okay, let's see if we can get that. And so this is what Phil is talking about. Yeah. Sometimes,
if you want to go out there, I'll drive.
Yeah, all right, and see if we can get a circle on that.
Yeah.
So what we're talking about here is this: we have a capability in the Doppler radar to see debris that's lofted into the air. So if there's a tornado on the ground and it's lofting up trees, branches, 2x4s, things like that, we can up.
Can you step off for a sec? Sorry.
Yeah, it's catching me, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry.
All right, we'll step off. So with that would be right around Bowler and Almond there. Just that is, yeah, in the western portions of Shawano County. That's going to be just west of Gresham, just southwest of Neopet. This is what we would see with the Doppler radar. So the Doppler radar can tell the difference between a raindrop, a hailstone, a snowflake, and a 2x4. And basically, that's what we're seeing there. And it correlates with that wind speed inside the radar, showing the rotation there just to the north of Bowler, moving towards the northeast. And speed on that storm, again, was very quick, wasn't it? Like northeast at 50 or 60.
50.
This is going to, at 50. Thank you, Phil. So that's going to be heading towards Neopet, right over the northern sections of Shawano County over the next, say, 30 minutes. we're going to skip by this. Let's see if we can take that one out, Phil. But right now, that's the tornado warning here. Tornado warning until 6 p.m. I would not be surprised to see that extended, but it does include portions of Menominee County and western Shawano County. We have this extraordinarily dangerous situation with the high winds coming through Shawano, Menominee, Waupaca, Outagamie, and then down into Winnebago, the eastern portions of Waushara, northern sections of Green Lake County. There's another tornado warning just south of Green Lake and Marquette counties, down around Baraboo, with some intense storms that continue all the way back into southwest Wisconsin. Are we hearing that?
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, let's see what, Phil is working on that. We're going to see what this is and walk through it. Folks inside the tornado warnings need to take precautions. The best place, lowest level of your home, get somewhere safe, protect yourself with blankets or pillows if you have them. Make sure you have your phone with you and usually some water. So charge your phone. If you're in Appleton, Oshkosh, Green Bay, charge your phone right now. Phil, did you get a warning on that?
Yeah, that's a tornado warning. It's been issued for
Tornado, Outagamie, Waupaca, Waushara. All right, I'm going to head back to the desk. We're going to go through this right now. Is that the circulation that you see right there? I have a circulation a little bit right there.
That's
all right.
it.
I'm going to take the radar off so I can hand drive this. Let's first of all, let's put up the warning. Let's see if that populated. There it is. Great. Tornado warning in place. That is for Hortonville, New London, most of Outagamie County up to just west of Green Bay. This is the massive chunk, almost all of Outagamie County, including Appleton, Grand Chute, Little Chute, and Kaukauna. That tornado warning until 6:15. So let's go ahead and zoom in. I don't need the loop. We're gonna go right into the still. It is here. You can kind of see it starting to couple there, and we'll pull the velocity. There we go. Just loading in the radar right now so we can get a detailed look at it. Are they warning for this? For the outflow?
Warning, I think they are.
It's starting to spin.
They are.
Okay, so what happens sometimes?
There it is. Oh, hey, it's right near Fremont.
Right near Fremont, okay.
Yes, right in there.
Yep. Yeah, I got you. So what happens in some of these is, I'm going to grab a thing so I can draw, is you end up with this portion accelerating out so quickly that you end up pulling air back in from the north. And this happens in lines sometimes. So let's go ahead and clear that garbage off the screen, and we'll see if we can take a look at it. See if you can get me the track on that, and let's help people know exactly.
Northeast at 75 miles per hour.
We're hitting a northeast at 75. And we're hitting a little debris on that also. Are you seeing that on the debris on CC?
Yes, we are. We got a couple things I think we have.
It's literally in this area, right near Highway 10, just to the west of Fremont, just south of Wyawega. Go ahead. Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, so that circulation is right now in Fremont.
In Fremont.
So let's go.
Grab it.
So what we're seeing that is, there's a couple of areas of concern actually that I'm keeping an eye on. Yeah.
And north, that north one too.
But there's no warning on that at this moment. But here we're zoomed right into the Fremont area.
Yeah.
And so what we're looking at here, this is where Highway 10 goes through Fremont. And so what we're keeping an eye on with this is just this little lighter yellow area right there. And so what that is that's the radar picking up on a lot of irregular objects that have a lot of different shapes to them, basically debris, because leaves, sticks, branches, things like that.
2x4s.
Right, patio furniture, things like that. They all have different shapes. And so that's what the radar is saying.
And when we look at the velocity, this is the same area where we are seeing, I don't want the road names,
and I would
velocity 105 toward. So the velocity is coming toward, and then up here.
If you're in Fremont, it's on top of you. If you're in...
Yeah, it's just vertical, horizontal. Okay. So yeah, if you're in Fremont, as Phil mentioned, it is very close to you. It is on top of you. I'm going to back this out a little bit, get a little more perspective. You had it moving northeast at 75.
Yeah.
So we're going to track this. Believe me, it is not only the tornado you should be worried about here. It is this cluster of wind moving through Wolf River, basically from Lake Poygan northward, and this is going to impact everywhere from, say, the prison just north of Oshkosh all the way up probably to Green Bay here over the next half hour, maybe hour. I'm going to track it, and this is not going to be a great track right now because we are underestimating how fast these things are moving. I'm going to try to fix that right now. So you got it at 75?
Yes.
All right, I'm putting that in. We'll rerun the calculations and run this again, and we'll try to get an accurate storm track for folks at home. Notice there is a lot going on. We need to make sure we don't.
We need to.
On Manawa.
I want to mention something. Manawa, you're not underneath a tornado warning right now, but there's a very suspicious notch in the velocity.
Yep.
Right there. There's a very suspicious notch in the velocity, and there's also a little bit of a lowering of that correlation coefficient we're talking about. A little
Near
bit,
Manawa.
Just north of Manawa.
Yep.
Yeah, there's something in there.
I see that.
So if you're north of Manawa,
that's a deep one.
You're not under a tornado warning, but just north of Manawa, there may be a tornado on the ground.
I'll take a look at that in just a moment. And
between Fremont and Reed Field also.
We are communicating with the National Weather Service on that. 80-mile-an-hour winds possible with this storm, and then we have the tornado warning. This storm would track at where the tornado is and the strong winds are, would track into Menasha at 6:07, Appleton 6:09, Wrightstown 6:19, De Pere at 6:26, and Green Bay right about 6:30. We'll try to do more tracks as we're working through this, but let's take a wide view right now. Look at the still. I'm going to put this into motion. Let's see if we can roll this. Get an hour. That's over the last hour. Notice how that thing really accelerated out, and there is a little curl in there right at the north side.
Absolutely.
So it's the north side right near Fremont. That would be the area of suspected tornado. We're going to take a look at the velocity. Again, we still have a suspected tornado near Anago. It is this area out here. Where were you looking that you were saying?
That actually seems to have fallen apart a little bit, but there's still very strong winds in Shawano County, near Pella.
Yeah, I see that. That's actually what I was just zooming in on.
Through Gresham, so still very strong straight line winds at the very least.
Just to the west of Pella.
In Shawano County, and I think we still need to watch that circulation.
Man, it is absolutely, you're going to have exceptional amounts of tree and power line damage with this line. Basically, I'm going to back out, and it's going to come right through the valley and right through Green Bay. I'm going to back out. Let's throw a couple of lines on here and try to help people.
I think we have a new tornado warning for that little notch we were watching in Manawa. Yep, they just issued for that.
That was the one we were just talking with them about, right?
That's the one I just, So,
all right. So every time I do that, let's back up. I want to go ahead and give people an idea of, you are going to see significant tree and power line damage. Charge what you can. Be ready for just about anything to happen here. You could see tornado spin-ups, but it is basically inside of this area, in this core, where this is moving up. It may not be everybody, but if you are in that, what is the new tornado warning?
That's the one just in Manawa for Outagamie, Shawano, Wapaka. So that's
okay.
That is going to
tornado
be...
sirens are going off in Wyowega. That is a good idea. Look, when you have straight line winds of 70 to 100 miles per hour, it does not matter if they are rotating. That is EF1 tornado strength roughly. They are still going to create the same kind of damage. So anywhere in this area, Neenah, Menasha, Appleton, Kaukauna, Wrightstown, De Pere, Green Bay, over towards Denmark, if this runs into the lake breeze, it may fall apart a little bit before it gets to Kewaunee County, but this is what we are dealing with right now. Take any precautions you can, try to move to a basement, move away from windows, especially picture windows, wide open spaces that are facing to the west. For the folks in a tornado area, these are the safest places to be. Obviously, the basement is the best spot, but you can use a hallway, you can use a staircase or a closet, something without windows. And I would treat this just as I would treat a tornado. Is that a new tornado warning?
No.
That's the one for Fremont. Okay. Okay. So that is what you need to do. Make sure you are taking precautions, keeping yourself safe. We're going to stay with you all the way until this is done, obviously. Intense line of thunderstorms moving through. This is an old one. I got to clear that off.
Yeah.
So those storms are jumping east quick. And still, we are seeing, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. We're still concerned for the potential for a tornado from the Fremont area, but I got to say, I'm just as concerned of the straight line winds here.
Oh,